Our mission is to provide a path to healing and restoration for girls who have suffered from commercial sexual exploitation. In 2010, the passage of the Safe Harbor legislation in Texas led to the state recognizing that minors involved in prostitution are victims and not criminals. The Safe House Now task force was formed, and girls previously put in juvenile detention now needed a safe place to be rehabilitated. Freedom Place was created to answer this need, and we quickly became a leader in the treatment of victims of child sex trafficking. Our main focus is treating the trauma these girls have suffered, which is a long and in-depth process. We liken the treatment to peeling back layers of an onion, multi-layered trauma that comes from systemic abuse. Our goal is to provide a holistic path to healing through counseling, equine therapy, art therapy, educational services, and spiritual guidance. We have the most highly qualified staff and therapists in the country, and with compassion, patience, and love, these precious girls can be restored to healthy teens with a promising outlook on their futures. Freedom Place is the first residential treatment facility in Texas for victims of domestic minor sex trafficking and one of only 5 in the entire U.S. We're also the largest facility, located on 110 acres just outside of Houston. We're pioneers in the field of treating adolescents with complex trauma and have a proven track record of success. Our symbol is the butterfly, and the level system that surrounds our therapy is based upon the chrysalis and the rebirth of beauty through turmoil. We've seen many girls leave us with that kind of beauty and hope for a brighter future. We have incredible community support from foundations and individuals. This has allowed us to accept all girls, regardless of their ability to pay. Freedom Place is effective because it's part of a larger organization where we share expertise and resources. We also benefit from a strong network of community supporters that mentor, fund, and advocate for various anti-trafficking measures. Our treatment individualizes care plans for each girl we treat. We recognize that not every therapy will work with each girl, so we have options such as our ropes course, equine therapy, and art therapy programs. We employ cutting-edge therapeutic techniques at Freedom Place. We are piloting a treatment modality specifically aimed at adolescent trafficking victims called the HEART model and are involved in research-based best practices and methodologies. We track therapeutic and educational progress, as well as the journey our girls take once they leave. We pay close attention to the tendency to fall back into previous habits and monitor at-risk behaviors to reduce the high rate of recidivism. We're proud that many of our girls have continued along their path to healing after their discharge. Freedom Place is a long-term treatment center. We take in girls after they've been rescued, perform assessments prior to admission, and continue monitoring behaviors and successes throughout treatment. And while we are a Christian organization, all faith-based activities are optional. We offer spiritual activities, but also provide options if the girls prefer not to participate. Our focus is to meet each girl where she is, and then help her assess and determine what direction she wants for her life. We do this from a holistic perspective, via counseling, education, and recreation and spiritual activities. Since Freedom Place opened in May of 2012, we've served more than 30 girls. In 2013, we had 2 girls graduate from high school and go on to community college. We've seen many girls transition to their home and reunite with their families. We have helped girls go back to a regular high school and enjoy their childhood again. Every day we watch lives change for girls who have been horribly abused and mistreated. We see them begin to love themselves and realize that they are worthy of love. Due to the requirements necessary to run a residential facility for children, the program at Freedom Place is very expensive. We want to ensure that any girl who's been trafficked is able to receive treatment. This is why we're continually raising funds for scholarships for girls where funding is a barrier. Our main sources of funding are private donations and grants. It is also difficult to change the minds of those who still view these girls as criminals. The recognition that these are vulnerable, abused children is spreading, but there's a lot of work to be done to educate and engage the community on this issue. Additional resources will allow us to make continued improvements on the property, including fencing, security equipment, recreational equipment, and maintaining the needs of the horses. We have a nurse practitioner on call, but additional resources would allow us to have someone on site. We also hope to include more activities in the program as the girls become closer to reintegrating into normal society, giving them the opportunity to take trips to buy new clothes, see a movie, or even just enjoy some time away from Freedom Place, which can go a long way to helping them adjust to their future path. We're expanding on both ends of the spectrum. We'll be accepting girls deemed as at risk for trafficking, such as girls with excessive runaway attempts or promiscuous behavior. These girls are identified as being groomed by a pimp, or who have been abused in their own home. We'll also open new transitional living cabins on our campus, where girls can go after they finish the intensive therapy program in our main house. They can stay on campus while beginning college or finding work and remain in a therapeutic, supportive environment. We're thrilled that due to new legislation, girls are now able to stay with us until their 23rd birthday.